us. So I think that's one way.
for living.
Yeah.
Okay. So you are saying
So
invitation.
yeah. So invitation, yeah.
Hi, Aditi, Saurabh here.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I've been noticing and wondering that in our busy life, we hardly communicate with our kids. It's only instructions we provide them.
Okay.
So lately, we have been trying to practice how we can communicate, because I'm seeing children, like in my case, the child doesn't communicate. He he talks, but
Uh-huh.
but
Interesting.
yeah, but the communication part was missing.
Uh-huh.
So, and it's very tough in my case to make him communicate something. He will keep jumping around, keep doing everything else, but
Uh-huh.
when it comes to communicating, it's like it's only in yes, no, or kind of I want this, I want that, and this kind of stuff. So
Okay.
slowly we have been realizing that communication part is missing.
Okay. So
So
it
what
will also be interesting if you want to just little describe for you what is communication.
what is communication?
Hmm.
Communication means something like
How do you describe when you're sharing this concern that
yeah.
So we actually
Hello.
what is
Ha-
communication?
hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. So what I heard from you is that how I describe what is communication, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, it means that whatever is in your thoughts, or whatever you feel like feel most about it, you are able to convey to somebody,
Hmm.
and it naturally comes out from you in the form of your either talking or by expressing in through physically. It's like if somebody is sad, and then he should be able to express he is sad, either physically or by talking out why is he
Hmm.
sad. Or if somebody thinks about some topic, then he should be able to tell his views without getting shy, or without feeling what the other will think about it. All these negative emotions which comes in communicating, which holds us back, should be minimized as much as possible, so that one can at least live a natural life.
Hmm.
So that's what is communication like. And a person should be natural in his day-to-day working, so that he can progress. Don't
Okay,
hold back himself.
mhm. So you're saying at this moment, if you see that the exposure of communication is only giving instructions, is that what you're?
Yeah, it's mostly instruction from us to him,
Hmm.
or he expresses need in the form of what he wants or what he is looking for.
Uh-huh.
But the basic thoughts, what he's going through, or what he really thinks about his views on any topic,
Hmm. Hmm.
actually goes missing in our busy life.
Hmm.
We hardly sit down and hear our kids what his views and all.
Okay. Yeah. Let's hear more.
One thing what we tried is
Mm-hmm.
over the lunch table.
Yeah.
Previously, we used to have a very fast lunch, and but now we make it sure, because of this lockdown and all, that at least talk make a lunch a 1 hour process,
Okay.
and let the kid express his view, talk on the topic, something like
Uh-huh.
that. That is really helping and opening up things. What is what he thinks about few of the things. Otherwise, we were
Interesting.
not
Yeah.
aware so far.
So you're saying meals are becoming a space to communicate, express.
Yeah, the problem is that in my case, like the child is too much hyperactive in the house. So making him sit and talk is also tough. So lunch is the only place where actually,
Can we ask Aarti to mute? We are not able to hear clearly.
Yeah. Uh, Aarti, yeah, maybe little background sound is there. Yeah, Saurav, you can move ahead. Yeah.
yeah. So in
Is
my
this
case,
better, Jinal, now? Yeah, Saurav.
yeah. So
Yes.
in my case, it was physically difficult to make him sit at one place, talk to him. So I think the meal is a very good place where the constraint as the things when you are sitting on
Okay.
the meal table and you have a kind of a restriction that don't get up before eating your food. So in that time, the child try to open up, try to speak out. We also can engage in the conversation.
Okay.
That's
So
the
let's
good.
listen. Yeah, let's listen more different people. How are we out of any of these four windows? Communication, self-social, computation, and
Aditi Jayashree here.
yeah, Jayashree.
So one of the main things with respect to setting up an environment to me is to have a personal connect with my children. So that bonding helps us to achieve anything is what I believe in. So
Yeah.
so the availability of my time is generally like, I mean, I make myself available for them at any time that they want me to be with them, but I do not sit with them continuously whenever they are at work or when they are doing something. I am not sitting with them continuously, but they know that I am available. And sometimes they are not very happy if all of a sudden I say that I am not available. So they need to be prepared in advance. So most of the time when I have some meeting like this or something like that, which I've already planned to do, I let them know in advance so that it is not a sudden shock or surprise for them. But they do call me once in a while. It's not like they always call me to be with them on the while. So whenever they call, I make myself available. And also we make sure that we try to have our lunch and all the meals together so that we can chit chat and spend some time together during that. And also spend a lot of time playing together. And the night time just before bed and reading aloud times. The read aloud times is the main bonding time for us. They love to be read aloud. So we read a lot, and I read them, and they also read out to me. So there's a lot of read aloud time that happens in our house. So most of the time we'll be sitting with some book, and some one of the other will be reading aloud. And the night
Interesting.
time when we discuss about how the day was, and we talk about everyone's thoughts and feelings and all the other, I mean, whatever happened through the day, whatever thoughts we have, it becomes like a non-stop chit chat as such. So the night bedtime actually gets, I mean, though they get into bed by 9:30, by the time we really sleep, it becomes 10:30 or so. But then I feel it is, I mean, I can appreciate the time that I spend in that duration.
Interesting. Yeah. So you're saying personal collect through availability and reading you are talking about as
Yeah.
a yeah. Yeah, I think that's quite insightful that how just a small thing like reading or being there with them can create a environment. Yeah. Somebody else?
If I may share, Aditi, this is Parul.
Yes, Parul.
So we've started a new thing in the last few days that on the previous night we generally decide something for the next day. So it could be something about emotions, like tomorrow we'll try to have love in every thought, or that tomorrow we'll try to discover something, or tomorrow we'll try to do something for the first time, something we've never tried before, and so on. So that's the theme that we kind of prepare for the next day. And this is also co-created. So, so the three of us, husband, myself, and child, all three of us take turns, of suggesting what can be done the next day. And when we have that context in mind, then it becomes easier for us to then steer through the day. That okay, today we are looking for some discovery, something, something that we may discover about nature or about the way things function or about ourselves. And that is how it kind of helps us in bonding together and in having a certain common journey through the day.
Interesting. So you're talking about common journey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Let's see how else one can create this environment at home. And I think that's quite beautiful. It's coming out how different people are or different families are creating different ways. So there is not one way of doing it. Yeah. Yeah, Nitya is asking what's going on. Nitya, we are just together talking about how do we create environment at home for these 4 windows are living, computation, communication, self, and social. So Gaurav shared meal timings are the notes exchange. Jayashree shared being available and reading together. And just now Parul shared that deciding a theme for the next day, and all of us working on the same theme connects each other. Yeah. Let's have more thoughts on.
And of course, end of the day, we also reflect on, how it was, whether we discovered something, what we discovered, etc. So yeah, so that's the completion of the
and reflection. Okay. Yeah, let's have more. Geenal shared that in living, it's about the invitation. Whatever is happening, invite the child.
Can I add some points on computation?
Anywhere you can add, Jayashree.
Okay. So
that's why I put all the 4 together. So anywhere anybody is
Okay.
getting the idea, we can add there.
So when they were pretty young, at that time, I felt that my son was very much interested with numbers.
Okay.
So he used to play a lot with calculators, and he used to see a lot of patterns with them in the numbers. And it was mostly like playing with the numbers using a calculator. So that was an interesting way he was exploring numbers. And then various board games like Snakes and Ladder and Monopoly, they also helped a lot in the mathematical basic operations. And recently we started, some months back, we asked them to start doing the the accounting for our home. So what expenses are incurring, so how much are we spending per month and all that. So they were maintaining a sheet as to how much every time we spend some money, we tell them that this is the amount that was spent. So they write it down and then tally it at the end of the month and see how much was spent. And so that kind of computation was being done.
Yeah. I think you shared a very interesting thing. It's called play with numbers. Sometime some of us has some kind of a resistance for tools like calculator, or possibly the beliefs that if we use the calculator, children will not become good in maths. But I think any exposure where allows them to play with number is the beginning of their getting into introduced to the numbers. Finally, how much they take it is finally it's their own. Yeah, let's have more.
And one more about the clock time. How they started seeing learning to read time was by, we had both a digital clock on the fridge and then analog, the normal usual clock on the wall. So they used to see the time on the fridge and then relate it with the clock hands, and they were able to see the time much easily and learn it quickly.
Yeah, so relate with it. Yeah. Yeah, so Gina, you were asking computation. I think time is also one of the basic skills which we put in the computation.
Yeah. So, okay,
In fact,
once
yeah. So,
okay,
so
once
just to add what Jayashree was saying is there's a child who's around 9 years, but she says, I don't know. I discovered after a few months that she is still not comfortable with timing. And then she would not reach in time for the session. And then finally she said, because I'm not able to watch the clock. So then we started playing the game of guess. So whenever she would come, we will say, okay, guess the time. And how do we guess the time? By looking at the clock where the different handles are. That's all. So that's the game I would play with her. Yeah. So as Jayashree was adding the clock relating. Yeah, Gina, you were saying something, I think.
yeah, so I was saying that okay, once in the beginning, when he used to watch mobile or TV, we used to keep a 5-minute alarm, and
Okay.
somebody somewhere told him that 15 minutes is more than 5 minutes. So now he is like 15 minutes alarm. I want 15 minutes alarm. I want. So he basically doesn't know 5 is lesser than 15 or 15 is more than 5. But somebody said that this is more. So that way he's learned that 15 is more.
Some comparison games, right?
And for kg, like we do our weights at home, like on the weighing machine. He's too excited to take his weight. I mean, measure his weight. So he keeps asking me how many kgs I am, how many kgs I am, how many kgs I am, like that.
Aram, आवाज कम करना, please.
Yeah.
I don't know, but if this is just like random once in a while thing. It's not a environment as such.
Yeah, Nitya is talking about hourly fees versus expenses. Yeah, so different combination of calculating money, time. Yeah, Nitya. So I think that's bringing exposure in the environment and what's happening. Many of the time we think that these are small things and we don't need to bring it to the children. But I think these day-to-day exposures, what's going on, makes a lot of exposure for them. And it's like the language which we expose. We didn't stop. We kept on talking to the child, and the child right from the day one was getting exposed to this language. And then one fine day, the child starts speaking the language which we do. So somehow for other skills like computation, even communication, what Om was talking about, expression, or what Gina was talking about, the living invitation, and what Jayashree was talking about, availability. These things are not exposed to children, and if we start looking them from exposure point of view, I think we don't need to worry about developing them. There is also yeah.
Sorry, I think I can help you spare your voice. Would you like me to read out what I've written?
Yeah, Nitya, that would be nice.
Yeah, so basically, in terms of communication, we are highly non-verbal. Many of us at home, out of the 4 of us. So we figured out that we have to learn how to read each other's cues, because word production wise, one of us speaks around maybe 5 words a day. Unless it's a technical, then we would take off on lecture mode, Otherwise, it's extremely and highly non-verbal. So you can see us expressing in terms of our task, or no expressions also. If you see us extremely passionately doing something, that's our way of screaming, I love you, or, So then we've learned to pick that up from each other. So we don't bank on expressions, we don't bank on words. We look at these kind of non-verbal. So task, time. So suddenly somebody's, extra luxurious, canceling their work day and just hanging around in the living room. That means they're having a relaxed day and they're inviting the others to come in. So it's kind of like like a bit of a jungle actually. Animals, how they communicate with each other with just the presence like that, so which also explains why we all need an ecosystem of animals and birds and plants. So we bring in a lot of those elements. We've got a puppy, we've got a bird, we've got a lot of plants, so that we feel normal. This is our normal. We don't talk much, we don't express, we are deadpan. So then we have to this thing. I mean, there were years of misunderstanding and pain, not uh, not able to pick up each other's cues and thinking that we are not being loved, or no reciprocation. But then we realize token. So suddenly, if there's a big order happening, we don't even give eye contact. So it almost looks like we are four strangers in the house. But then, if one of us orders something, then we are being extra generous. That's again a way of screaming, "I love you." These are the positives. Of course, we have to learn to pick up the negative cues also. And then the touch element, definitely. So there's quite a lot of hugs with whoever is comfortable with that. Some of us don't. We have touch sensory issues also. So we don't like touch even. So then with them, we have to use the other thing. In computation, should I go on?
Yes. It's our space. Yeah.
Okay. So computation, actually, we've moved from salary mindset, my husband and I, to a business mindset. This happened over the past 2-3 years, and it was a huge transition for us. I won't go deep into that, but now it's like we moved into that abundance mentality of, we can, like how that day I think you and Ratnesh were saying, so I'll borrow those words. Like whatever is there, you can pick up on the way. Like if Ashavari, I hope I'm pronouncing her right.
Asavari, yeah.
Asavari, yeah. So if she wants to pick up a 10th certificate or a 12th certificate, it's always out there. There's never a lack. So we've come to that revelation in terms of money. So we've lived in dirt poverty, and then now we've come to that place in terms of finances, and our hourly fee itself is like 500,000, whereas earlier our bank balance would be 1,000 at the end of the month. But now per hour we are able to command that. And then how that impacts our children, impacts our mindset. Sometimes we are arrogant, sometimes we are humble, all of that, the whole mix. And then how we look at expenses in terms of, is it really worth 2 hours of my voice? I have voice issues, I can't speak too long because I've overexerted, so I get swellings and all that. And we both teach for an income, so my husband and I have to spend our voice to earn. So is this $1,000 really worth 2 hours of my voice, and so on? So that kind of an exploration. Can we hack this whole $1,000 per hour or 500 per hour? Can we hack it, move to a non-voice mode? What is this whole digital assets? Can we build up something and earn passive income? So all those explorations have just started for us. Until now, we were like slaves to salary mindset. Yeah, that's all. Then we self and social, we tend to be self-absorbed, all four of us. So we have to pull each other out, because otherwise suddenly we realize we are very lonely. When we kind of are spent with our internal introspections and all that, suddenly we're like, oh my God, I don't have a friend, everyone seems distant and alien, So then we help each other step into others' worlds. So we each have like, I think 2 friends, or maybe one, like human friend, and then we remind each other, hey, when did you touch base? Did you say hi? And we find it a little awkward also. So we give each other scripts also. Why don't you say this? So half the times when a message goes out to a friend, it's probably from one of the rest of us, not from the person sending it.
Yeah.
So we help each other with scripts and so on.
I think
so
Nikhil, you're bringing this aspect that help each other to step out, and in this case, you are also creating a space where you are even prompting, like look at this is as like, suppose a child is learning guitar, and when the child is stuck, we also give some techniques to the child that, okay, this is how these chords are supposed to be, or this is how you can do that. So you are also creating this whole development of self and social through that support system. Often it is left to the chance that okay, fine, expressions apne aap, somebody will learn all these techniques, or somebody will learn get into expressing by themselves, and if they are not expressing, then they are worthless, kind of a thing. But if we start looking at that, oh okay, fine, this is something can be created as an exposure. This is something which can be looked at as something which we can learn, something which we don't need to leave it to the chance. So what is that others think about this whole concept of creating or considering that itself as an area to learn, kind of a thing, or area to create an exposure for the child to learn. Let's have more. What are I'm so much enjoying scripting this whole exposure part, how different families are creating their own different spaces, and we all are coming together and then learning from each other now. Yeah, I think someone is also typing on chat window. I've closed my chat window, so if there's anybody, can anyone else also open the chat window and then take care of the chats?
So Aditi, regarding computation, if I may add,
Yeah.
Yesterday we got an opportunity. So my son and I, we decided to read a certain book together. And that book is about 240 pages. So 241 pages, in fact. So then we said, okay, so how many days we want to complete this book within? And so then how many pages per day do we read? So that gave us an opportunity to come to some multiplication, which is something that he's not done formally, like not much at any rate. So
estimate, estimate is a beautiful exposure. And as I think Jinal was saying that, he doesn't know 5 minutes or 15 minutes, but he's estimating that, I'm on the alarm for 15 minutes and let me see how long that that goes. Yeah, so you brought a interesting.
Even distribution is very nice aspect to explore with children, to share number of biscuits to everyone in the family equally.
Distribution of meal, yeah, okay. Fair,
yeah.
Fair or unfair?
I'm enjoying the whole conversation, how everyone has bringing different aspects of environment.
So let's have more. I think Anjali has typed something. Can someone read out for me to scribe here on the board?
Yeah, I have written about the TV and mobile media as an environment.
Are you speaking, Nalini? We can't hear you.
Hi, Aditi. Anjali.
Yeah, Anjali. Yeah.
So I have written about last week what I have observed. So what he is watching on the TV and mobile is connecting in the life.
Okay, share a little more.
Like he watches sometimes 5 minutes craft. So he got an idea of making a blackboard, so he did it on his own. Then he made what else? Crayons. He broke the crayons into pieces. He boiled it and he made a new crayon. So that's what I am thinking. Okay, what he's taking from watching on the TV and he's coming out of the something idea, some ideas.
So, yeah. So
and he also plays the Join the Dots game mobile, the 2048 game.
Okay, yeah.
So that can also be used as an environment.
So you're talking about different tools which children can pick up to work on, to learn different things. Yeah. Okay.
As a parent also, if we can bring, okay, from the mobile or TV, okay, what cartoons or what shows can be used to stimulate them for something.
Yeah, I will also put it other way around also, that whatever the child is using, we can bring the exposure for the child. We can bring estimate, okay, how long is this show going on? How long we can do analysis, how long this character was talking, how long that character was talking, how much time this person did this, how tall is this person, how short is this person, what can be his weight, what can be her weight, what are the number of words somebody is speaking about, what are the different words somebody is speaking in this cartoon show, what kind of feelings in this cartoon show people are, whatever cartoon, I'm just taking a name cartoon, whatever the child is watching, what kind of feelings people have in this, what kind of culture do they have in this, what kind of friends do they have, how are they talking to the friends, what if we also talk to the friends like this, how are they beating up their friends, and what will
Lot of
happen.
things. Oh,
So I think whatever the child is doing, watching, making, we can bring all different kind of exposure and communication and creation for the child. So yeah, so Nanjali, you brought a interesting thought that different tools, we can use them to bring this exposure for the child.
Yeah.
Hi,
Hi
Aditi.
everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, please go ahead. After you, I'll.
I just wanted to say thanks, Aditi. This was like I never thought about it in this fashion, that even if they're watching something, we can have a different angle to it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's amazing. Probably I will do that with my daughter next, henceforth. And they will learn a lot. And it opens up a communication between the two of us, a bonding. So it is good, healthy.
Yeah. We don't need to sit with the textbook and then say, okay, now let's
Yes,
learn this.
absolutely.
I think this is as Nitya was saying, abundance. I think the exposure and learning is also available in abundance. You
Yes.
touch a thing, child does a thing, child says a thing, and I think things are available
This
for
is
us
really
to
amazing.
grab that opportunity. Yeah, so let's have more of these gems coming out from different families. Uh, how
Hi,
different, yeah.
Aditi Roshni here. Hello everyone. Well, I would like to share that communication is like a two-way process. So, both sides have to be included in this process. And with us, it is all about talk, and share. And so this has been something that we have practiced when my child was very little, as a baby. Sometimes they appear very helpless, but they are not. Little things like, informing before we would pick him up, or, doing anything, any activity,
Yeah,
uh,
interesting.
things like
Very
that. Yeah, we would just, talk about it, give him a heads up, and then do it. And while doing the process, we would just keep talking what we are doing, or anything at all, so this did not start when he began talking, but this started much before. Of course, like they say, when one has conceived, and one, in the 9 months also, one can just have um that connection and bonding via talking, right? So things like that. So that process has started for us long back. And also, when it comes to feelings, one is very expressive. uh, all sorts of feelings are welcome. Very recently we lost our pet lab of 11 and a half years old. And so, of course there's moments of grief and this process. So we've not shied away from expressing it the moment it happened. You never know when it happens. So things like that, we talk about it, what's happening, or the highs and lows are all welcome and expressed freely. That's one practice with us. We read a lot of books. We talk about characters, if anything comes up or not. Then one thing about my child was he used to bond with people across all ages from, the time he was very little. So this was encouraged from our end. We never put in that fear factor that, you should avoid strangers and things like that, because we were always around him at that moment, because he was very little. So this was something we actively encouraged, and this has led to him, being very expressive with all kinds of people, and not thinking twice before expressing himself. And of course, there are very non-verbal cues which are practiced and things like that, and touch, hugs, expressions. So that's about communication. When it comes to living, our everyday life is like, as the journey of living is, we just live and explore, and one is welcome to pitch in when one is interested. And if one is pitching by, just like that, by himself, his own interest, we sort of observe, and the next opportunity or the instance that it happens, we create the environment, or provide more avenues for more such experiences or exploration.
Share a few, if you remember now, or just some examples.
So, random days, Aditi, things like, probably when cooking, if, he's following desserts, watches videos. So yesterday when I was making a pudding, I invited him and we did it together. So, of course, the fire part, I was handling that. The other little bits, measuring, pouring, mixing, stirring, combining, using his hands to bring it all together. So that process was co-created.
Yeah.
Sometimes something as simple as just cleaning terrace someday.
Yeah.
Water plays very interesting. So he will just pitch in and we'll just give him a broomstick and the pipe, and he's welcome to join in or water the plants, things like that.
Yeah. So I also want to bring it to some of us, involve our children in cooking, as I think Roshni was saying, measuring, pouring and all. So sometimes it also brings frustration in some of us. So does someone has that kind of an experience where either it's becoming frustrating for you or for the child, and then you give up and the child gives up? Any such kind of experience?
These things happen all the time, Aditi. Suppose he's sitting down with, origami. He's not able to fold, not sit through. We have to persist and, we have to talk about it, or, say it's okay, let's, hang in there, or you want me to help you, come, let's do it together.
Yeah.
All the
I'm specifically talking with respect to, say, things like cooking or things like cleaning. See, if they just play, then you will let it happen. But suppose if you're cooking, like you were cooking, say, pudding yesterday, and then if the child is mixing, mashing, or doing something, then what we go through is also interesting journey.
It's true, like no spilling allowed and all that, right? So that is constantly happening, because unfortunately at the moment he's not very keen in, staying back to clean up. But then I make little provisions, like, give him a bigger plate or keep a cloth handy.
I think that's quite important. What you're saying, it's not a very small thing that you're saying, I make a provision. I think that's quite a beautiful part and quite supporting space for our children. When I might, I as an adult might able to do in a very, say, 2 feet by 2 feet, that cooking slab, and I can manage everything. But when we're talking about, say, involving our children, we might have to little spread that space, give a bigger spaces for them if required, as Roshni was saying. And I think we should not undervalue, Roshni, what you're talking about is that make some provision. I think that's a quite an I will say is the big aspect of involving children. Otherwise, it becomes too early, either frustrating for us or for the child, because the child is not able to live up to our expectations of, say, cleaning or cutting or mixing or bringing that kind of a result for what we are looking for. Because finally, we are also cooking for some purpose. At the end of the day, we also so that stress can be taken care, as Roshni was sharing is that make provision. You said it very in a small way, but then I think I want to highlight it, that it's quite important. Otherwise, the whole in theory we want the child to be there, but I think sometimes these small frustrations can take away that theory part. Yeah. So yeah, Roshni, go ahead. I think I just interfered with what you're saying because I thought it was quite important.
No, not at all.
Bring that.
While you're talking about it, I was thinking, when he was little, when he wanted to paint around or splash water, all I did was, make him wear some old clothes or have a spare alternative or have an apron on. Or when it's water play or messy play, either, I would ask him to do it in the bathroom or, an open space like terrace. Even now when he's painting or playing with water, say on dining table, there is one mat which is laid out for him to keep all the things and then do it, so that all the splashes and spills are easy to clean up post that. Yeah, so things like that. Even when he wanted to color on the walls, one whole wall was allocated to him, no questions asked. So
yeah. So Roshni, I think many of us even maybe have all these whatever restriction of our own. I'm not talking about the restriction of children, of our own, that I think Nitya is also sharing, that I can't stand the mess afterwards, but then there is a deal that I'll clean and all those whatever, if you give me the baked cookies, what Nitya has written about it. So when it comes to learning, I think learning skills, as you're talking about painting, drawing and all, I think we still make spaces. But when it comes to, so today specifically, I want to bring attention back to these basic skills, which are, which many of us worries, that how will my child learn to read and write? How will my child learn math? I think, so here in open learning, we are even expanding that. It's not only reading and writing, it's the whole set of basic skill, if we can look at into including emotions, communication, connection with people, relationship. If we can look at this whole thing as a one spectrum, and then we create opportunities for our children, and then see how children are responding to developing those skills. In fact, so I just quickly want to share one example. When my son was 1 year old, for his first birthday, we made a very small cake for him, which was given to him with his knife, and he will not cut, he will poke things out there, and then he will smudge, and then he will eat. So we didn't want to take away that joy from him. So we made a one cake for him, which is a very small piece, small size for him. And then we made a huge cake for the rest of the gang. And we kept both the cakes at two different corners of the table. One table he was sitting and he was playing with his cake as a 1 year old baby. And then the rest of the cake, all the guests and all were having a gala time with that cake. So, and we still have that photo, and we keep talking about that with our son, that how you used to, eat cake by yourself. And I don't know about him, but then I think those are quite memorable thing for me. So when Nitya was talking about, we will eat the baked cookies and let's make a deal about this whole thing, what we are doing. And as Roshni is talking about that, how we cooked together, or maybe made a pudding yesterday. Yeah.
Aditi, very quickly, I would just like to add few points to the computation bit.
Yeah, please.
When my child turned 6, he was showing some interest and understanding about money transactions. So I got him a piggy bank where we put in coins of different denominations, or currencies of different denominations, and we just count or read and try and understand what is written on it, or understand value. And we go through bills.
Bills is quite a nice resource. Yeah.
Say if he's out, we are in the store and he's around with us, we give him like some money, whatever he's interested in buying, a box or whatever some cereals or chocolates, and we hand him that much cash and ask him to complete the transaction by himself.
Yes, yes.
And with calculators, laptops, he's fiddled with it to figure out numbers. That has happened.
Yeah, I find Excel also quite interesting tool to play with. I think Nalini was or Anjali was talking about different tools. Someone also talked about calculator. So see if Excel is a nice place to play around with number tools like Excel. Yeah, Roshni, go ahead. I think I again.
That's about it, Aditi. I think in terms of creating environment, it's like an ongoing process. I think, stepping back to observe is helping us immensely. And as he's, with every passing year, it's something new, something different, something unprepared that we are for. So, just taking in those cues is helping. But of course, setting that environment also means that not being in their way, I think, just moving out of their way, not and giving them enough choices. And there are times when it's nice to step in and join them, play with them. Yesterday he was like, come play in the rain with me, at least for a minute from now on. Every time I'm playing in the rain, I want you to play for 1 minute at least. So he voiced it also.
This 1 minute is quite interesting, how it increases and decreases its duration. Yeah, so Gina is talking, is dealing okay? I like do this and then we'll do this. Gina, do you want to talk more about it? What's in your mind? Then Nitya can also share.
Yeah. So, can you hear me?
Yeah.
So, we keep, I try and avoid, but
Voice is
all the
little
other.
feeble. I don't know, is it for me or only or for everyone else also?
Not able to hear you properly.
Okay. One second.
Are others able
Is
to
it
hear
clear
Gina?
now?
No, I can't.
Yeah, for me it's clear.
Okay, then it's my only. Okay, Jinal, go ahead.
Okay. So, I observe that many of us at home, we keep telling him that, you do this, then only we'll give you this. Or I am not going to give you this because you're doing this. That kind of thing, Or sometimes even bribe him, like, uh, like we are Jain, so we go to Derasar for puja. So I wanted him to come with me, and the dadi whose house the Derasar is, she said that you bring him and tell him that I'll give him chocolates. So then I just passed this message to him, and he came with me for 3 days. And then he was very sure that he wants to come only for 3 days, and then he's not going to come. But that 3 days he came with me. So I mean, I'm so confused whether it's good to bribe and for such things or not. And
so yeah, if I've heard you, Jinal, I think what you're talking about is, as you said, the bribe, and what Nitya is talking about is the maybe if I replace the word deal, then understanding. That Nitya has also written. Nitya is also talking about deals is not rewards and punishment or bribe, but as an adult, and it's a transaction. I have some capability which I can do, which Nitya is saying is a spoonful of energy. So either I can do this or I can do this. So I think these are two different things. Nitya, you want to talk more about it if you are on mic?
Yes, actually,
if you,
one of our limitations.
I actually got the point of what Nitya is saying. But at times this works like what I'm saying. So I don't know what has to be done. In fact, like Aditi have shared with you before also, that he hardly bees at home, so he wants to be at neighbors. And yet that day I was sharing with my neighbors that Kivanj doesn't sit with me for even for his meals. He doesn't sit with me. So then my neighbor was suggesting me, you also tell him na that I'll give you this or that. And So I was like, yeah, everybody taught me that not to do this, and this is working in this case. So I'm so confused what to do.
Yeah. Maybe we can take up this in some other session, or maybe we can continue this communication in our facilitation channel.
Yeah.
But I think today, so I think, what Nitya is talking about in terms of environment is that the environment of understanding each other's need, supporting each other, and and taking care of my needs also. Nitya's need is to have a cleaner place and all those kinds of things. So Nitya, if you want to add something to what I was.
Yeah. So basically, I have a strength and a limitation, both of which are having spoonfuls of energy every hour. So there's only so much I can do, and then I need to reset. I need to restore. I do different things to reset myself. So say 11 to 12, I prepare lunch, but at that time you want to bake cookies. Supply cookies as the lunch. So can you relieve me of, because I have only one spoonful, I either use it for cleaning or for baking. Now, if I stretch myself and become a martyr, I'm going to explode all over the place for another hour after that, which we all are very well aware of. So let's, let's talk straight.
So I
since I have
think,
one, should I use it for this or that? Let's discuss.
So what you're
sometimes
also talking about is the communication. It's quite an important part. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So then sometimes the family votes for baking. Sometimes the family is like, no, we are very hungry. Cookies won't do. So we want a full meal. So then I say, then you shift cookies to dinner. I'll cook a full meal for lunch. Then relieve me of dinner cooking. Then I'm clean up after you. But I can't extend myself without a fallout for me and for the rest of us. Because if I explode, then everyone's paying the price. That's about it.
Yeah, I think so. You're also bringing a perspective here that how communication, which talks about my needs, is also important.
Frankly, if something like this happens, like if Kevansh wants me to be with him, then he simply will tell me that please tell Dadi to do this. You come and sit with me. He only deals the thing.
So he has his own way of. he knows how to get the work done. So I think quite interesting. So he has his own way of dealing or finding a solution for it. Maybe when he will go to Nitya, he will not have Dadi out there, so he has to follow what is happening out there. So So I think
like yesterday, can I share a small little story?
Please.
So like yesterday only, he wanted to go to Nani house, and I had to broom and mop the floor. So I told him that we will go after this work of mine. So he's telling me that let Dadi do this, and I told him no, Dadi can't do, and all that I told him. So then he's telling me, then when we go to stay at Nani house, then how she does it. Then that time who came and did it.
Yeah, I think okay, so I want to bring a perspective out there that these are the places where we can bring the words, like Jayashree is talking about negotiation skill. So these words sometimes we know, but then we don't use them. So vocabulary, when we're talking about a basic skill of reading, writing, words, can we bring those? So maybe it's an opportunity to go and acknowledge the child. Oh, you're thinking solution. Oh, you're thinking different ways of doing it. Okay. And that can become a word of the day, that okay, what are the different things which we are doing it, how the different things which we are looking at something. So what I'm saying is that you can pick up things from what is happening around, and then we all can create that space for the children. How do we create this exposure? So I wanted to bring something which has not come much, is that when it comes to I know some of our children like Nitya, Jayashree, children are a little bigger, and they are done with their basic skills of reading and writing. But some of the children like Parul's and Arham and Gina's child are in that area. Roshni did talk about say we read a lot and talk about it. I also want to bring attention to writing. If we start writing, suppose a child is saying something, if we write, we give a note to the child. In your homes, if you have things labeled, uh, uh, what labeling at home level, you can start. Yeah. Yeah, Leela, just, yeah, I'm closing it. So you can bring that kind of an exposure for the child, where the child is seeing a written thing. Writing is something which is again a very less exposed, because whatever we write, we write either on our laptop or within our peers and all those kind of things. Children are not seeing those much of writing happening around them, so the exposure is less. So if you can bring that, and then Om, I wanted to bring a little more attention to communication. I think you said you've already started lunch talks, and I think that's one of the beginning. What we can do is in our facilitation channel, we can little more share with each other what are the different ways we can create the exposure. And now I think we are running out of our time, and the history club has walked in.